Hi guys. I want to share a bit of a success story with you guys. And I know no one really likes to show off, but I thought maybe we can all learn something from it. So, for Lent, I gave up trying to have sex. And it went really well. In fact, it went so well, I kept just going on with it because why kill a winning spree, right? This was last year's Lent. I haven't had sex. The last time I had sex, Donald Trump wasn't yet the president of the United States. Last time I had sex, people still thought La La Land would win the Oscar for Best Motion Picture. The last time I had sex, this country was still part of the European Union. I haven't had sex in so long that I'm kind of worried next time I'm having it, I will have forgotten how to. Like, is having sex like riding a bike? I don't know. I haven't had sex in so long, sometimes I wonder if they've changed it. I mean, like, you tell me, is it still like the good old, I don't know. Oh, by the way, my accent, don't worry, you're not having a stroke, I'm just foreign. But don't worry, I'm not the scary kind of foreigner. Obviously, I'm white. They call me an expat, not an immigrant. When I first stopped having sex, I would just tell people I was being celibate, make it sound like it was a choice. It's not a choice anymore. In fact, I haven't had sex in so long. When my friend complained to me about this fuckboy on Tinder the other day, because he had asked her whether he could fuck her until she becomes dizzy, I thought, actually, that sounds really good. Do you mind if I have a go? And like before you say, yeah, why don't you try the whole Tinder thing? I tried it, didn't work out for me. I went on one Tinder date. I thought it went really well. The guy walked me back to the tube stop and everything. And just as I leaned in for a kiss, he took a step back, waved at me. And by the time I got on the tube, he had already unmatched me. So it's really not my thing. Yeah, this is really why I'm doing this, to just get a lot of people telling me that I probably still have it, I probably don't. But yeah, so another thing I've tried is, like silent flirting, like just staring at them from across the room. Some people might think it's creepy, I think it's romantic. Oh, sexy hide and seek, that one's really good. Whenever I fancy someone, I'll just hide in a corner or behind a door or in a broom cupboard. Just basically anything that doesn't involve making direct eye contact with them. Because the truth is, I'm pretty much not okay with the concept of intimacy. And whilst I really like to have sex, I still think it's kind of gross. So I have to be really off my face before I can approach anyone. And I pretty soon realized that throwing up on someone's shoes isn't an acceptable replacement for saying, hi, my name is Jenny, nice to meet you. Which is why I love going to nightclubs, because basically the booze is free-flowing, it's dark. And the other day, it didn't go so well for me because I was basically subject to the McDonald's test. It sounds like someone has experienced it before. Basically, the McDonald's test you do when you've met someone at a club and you're having a good time, but you're not sure whether you want to take it to the next level yet. So what you do, you take them to a McDonald's restaurant on the way home, and if you still fancy them, under the cold, unforgiving lights of a McDonald's restaurant, you're good to go. Needless to say, I didn't pass that test. That's not the reaction, guys. I'm totally cool with this. I am so cool with this. Me and my housemate, we have this checklist to determine whether we had a good night out or not, because essentially, is it even a good night if you can still remember it? And basically part of the checklist, such things as didn't get an Uber, check. Took the night bus home instead, check. Didn't lose our phone and or bank cards, check. Didn't cry in a toilet, check. Didn't cry in a crowded bar, check. Didn't cry in the you get the picture. Didn't message someone we shouldn't have messaged. We're still sort of a bit hazy on that one. But yeah, basically the whole thing about not having sex is that I just feel like I'm really disappointing my teenage self. I spent most of my teenage years agonizing over the first time I'm going to have sex. And once I had it, I figured it'll just keep on happening. Like a regular occurrence throughout my adulthood, like a monthly thing, like my period, or like a weekly thing, like taking out the recycling, or a daily thing, like crippling self-doubt. But turns out it really isn't that. It turns out adulthood is essentially a constant disappointment of all your adolescent ambitions and aspirations. And on that note, I will leave you. Thank you very much.